Okay, so yesterday we talked about data types and its methods, right? So today we are going to talk about data types naming conventions. Okay, generally the naming conventions what we have to follow, either it is a data types or any other file names or class name, function names, all these things we can discuss about it. And we will talk about the keywords in Python. Okay, naming conventions and keywords. Okay, so in Python there are around 36 37 keywords are there. Those keywords are designed for special purpose that cannot be used as a variable name or function name or class name. Okay, keywords are not used for defining variables, function names, or class names. Okay, we cannot use those keywords as a variable names, function names, class names. Okay, and naming conventions, there are valid and invalid. For example, let's say valid naming conventions. Okay, so can I declare a name with the string? Let's say we can have a, right? We can use any character as a variable name. Okay, we can use lowercase, uppercase. We can use special. Okay, we can use special characters only, underscore. Okay, let's see. Let's say first name. Okay, so we can use space. Okay, even we can use camel case. Let's see more. Okay, so all these are like valid only. Okay, so here whenever we use space, it won't allow. Okay, these will fall under negative scenarios, negative, invalid naming convention. Okay, and special starting with a digit, this is invalid, and using any special character, let's say, okay, this is invalid. Starting with any digit, starting with name, no special character, these are invalid naming conventions. Okay, now here as a valid we can use special character only, underscore, underscore, either single underscore or double underscore. So these are like valid. Numbers we can use, but it is not the beginning of the variable name. Let's say, see, name one, we can use the digits, but it is not starting with the digit. Okay, so generally what type of uh, uh, convention we can follow? Either we can follow this or this. Okay, for variable names. So if you use one variable convention at once, the entire project we have to follow the same naming conventions. Let's say in this file I will declare something like this. In another file, if I declare something like this, it won't make sense. It will work, but it is not the good practice. Okay, so we have to follow the proper naming conventions. Okay, either it is a function or class or variable names, we have to follow the naming conventions. Even names also, file names also, we have to follow best practices. Okay, here we have keywords. We have around 37 keywords. those keywords cannot be used as a variable names or file names or function names. What are those keywords? Okay, so far while declaring the variables, and here also we've seen some of the methods, right? So logical and or operators, okay, in not in, okay. Let's see what are the types of operators we have. So we arithmetic operators, assignment operators, assignment operators, and logical operators, identity logical comparison operators, identity operators, membership operators, bitwise operators. Okay, so these are the operators we have. So on these operators,
Madhu,
yes,
screen is not visible, Madhu.
okay. Is it for everyone?
No, it is audible. It is visible for us, and
No, screen is not visible.
Okay, let me share it. Now, is it
Now it
visible?
is,
Yeah, now.
Yeah, now
Yes,
it's
yes, yes.
Okay, cool. So these are the operators we have. Okay. So arithmetic operators, assignment operators, logical operators, comparison operators, and identity operators. Okay. Membership operators, bitwise operators. Each operators will be perform some specific actions. Okay. So here, what type of actions we can perform? Okay. So arithmetic operators we have plus, minus, multiplication, division, floor division, modulus, exponential. Okay, these are the operators we have for arithmetic operators. Okay, so these operators are performed based on the digits, integers. Okay, so we can perform all these operations on the integers or floats. For example, let's say I have declared two variables. Okay, I can perform the operations on these arithmetic operations. Generally, to perform any arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, we can use all these operators. Okay, so on these two variables, I can perform, let's say, a plus b, a minus b, a into b. Right, let's say b by a. Okay, so it is division operation. We are performing 4 by 2. Okay, so here this one is pretty straightforward. I hope everyone is able to understand. Plus means it will do the addition. Okay, here minus, it will do the subtraction. So minus 2 will be the output. What about this multiplication? 2 into 4. Right. Now here this division, what it will do? So this division, let's say actually what exactly it looks like this. Here what it will get? 2 to the 4. So it will return 0. Okay, 0 or 2, 2. Okay, 2 to the 4. It will return the quotient. Okay, but here does it return boolean integer or float value? It will return float value. Okay, so okay, so this modulus division operator will return float value, as quotient will return as a float value. Quotient will, okay, quotient will return as a float value. Okay, so if I have, let's say, 10 by 3, what will be the output? 3 3 is 9. Okay, 3 point, again it will 3.33 something it will return, right? So if I use 5, what will be the output?
2.
2 or 2.0?
2.0.
It is 2.0 because it will return float value. Okay, now we have another operator. Okay, floor, this we can call as a floor division. Okay, floor division. Okay, this will return integer value. Okay, this will return integer value. Okay, so here what it will return? 2. So it will return integer value. For example, if I use 10.5 by 2, so this time also does it return integer value? No. So when we perform with an integers, then only it will return integer. If we use float, it will return float only. Okay. And modulus operator. So what it will return? B modulus A. So here it will return the remainder. It will return remainder. So what it will return? What is the remainder here? Four by 2. Zero.
Zero.
0. Okay, it will return remainder as 0. If I have a example like 5 by 2, what will modulus? What will be the remainder? 2 to the 4.
1, sir.
1. Okay, so it will return 1. So this is the way we can use arithmetic operators. There is exponential. Print b for a. What does it mean? So what is the b value? 4. So it will multiply the same number itself 2 times, like this, 4 into 4. So 16 will be the output. Okay. So like this, we can use arithmetic operators. Let's run this file. How to run the Python file? Python space file name. You can see the output what we are expecting: 6 minus 2, 8, float value 2.0, and here 2, okay, float division 2, and remainder modulus 0 and 16. Okay, so this is the output, expected output. We got it. Okay, so this is the way we can use the arithmetic operators. Now there are some assignment operators. Assignment operators are used to assign the values. We can use to assign the values. Assign the values to the variables. Okay, so here we have operators such as like equal, plus equal, subtraction equal. Whatever we have arithmetic operators, right? In the same manner, all these values we have. Subtraction equal, multiplication equal, division equal, float division equal, exponential equal. Okay, so not only this, even we have what we can call and equal, r equal, XOR equal, shift left equal, left shift equal, right shift equal. Yeah, so these are the ternary operator. Okay, so these are the assignment operators we have. Okay, how these assignment operators will work? So if you guys see here, what type of operator we are using here? So maybe we may aware about this equal operator, may not aware, but we are using it in the last sessions also. Okay, just to declaring the variables, assigning the value, we are using equal operator. Correct. So here we can use equal operator to assign the values. Okay, now let's comment out all these things. Now I have A equals to 2, B equals to 4. So there is a operator plus equal. Okay, already we've seen equal plus equal. What does it mean? So if I use A plus equals to 2, so what will be the output? How it will exactly work? So this assignment operator, let's say I have C equals to 10. C plus equals to 5. So what will be the output of, what is the C value now?
15.
Hmm?
15.
So 15, that is correct. How it will work means, so if you see here this statement, exactly how it looks, C equals to C plus 5. Okay, so first the C value 10, this will do the addition to the 5 plus C plus 5. So it will become a 15. It is again assigned to the same variable C. Okay, this is quite similar to like this. Okay, the output will be 15. Now, if I perform C minus equals to 3, what will be the C value?
12.
12, because we are performing here subtraction minus 3. Okay, C value is already 15, so we are C minus 3. Okay, if you C minus 3 means 15 minus 3, 12. The 12 is assigned to the C variable itself. Okay, this is subtraction assignment. In the similarly, multiplication into 2 equals to 2. So what we are doing here, I'm multiplying with 2. Okay, multiplication. What will be the C value now?
24.
12 into 2. Okay, that is the C. Okay, so it will return 24. Okay, now I will go for division. C division equals to 2. So what exactly it will do here? C equals to C division 2. Okay, so this division operation, what it will return?
Float value.
Float value. Okay, so what is the output here? C is the 24 by 2, 12.0. Okay, 12.0. Okay, C now C is the 12.0. Okay, if I perform flow division, now what exactly it will do? C equals to C flow division 2. So already we have 12.0 as a C. So what will be the output now? What is the output?
6.0.
It is 6 or 6.0.
6.0.
Okay, because the C value is already float, so it will return only float value. If I want to convert into integer, how we can do that? How we can do the typecasting? Yesterday we talked about it. Can we use int method? Is it possible?
Yes.
Okay. Now I will try modulus operator. Modulus equals to 4. So this time what will be the output? C equals to 3 modulus 2, 4. Okay. So it will give the remainder value. The remainder is 2. Okay. So like this, we can do with all these operators. Okay. Even multiplication also it will exponential also it will do the same thing, multiplying with that number and assign to the same. Okay, let's see. See, 15, 12, 24, 12.02. Okay, so this is the way we can use all these assignment operators. Okay, so there are few more assignment operators. We have like logical and or XR bitwise operator, like left shift, right shift, ternary operators. Okay, so once you are done with these operators, we will come to know these things. Okay, let's jump into logical operators. So logical operators, we have logical and logical or and not. Okay, so these logical operators and or not. Okay, so most of the time, in let's I hope everyone might be aware all these things. Let me open. So there is a logical table, logical tables we have. So when two operands we have, if based on the conditions, it will return Boolean values, either true or false. Okay, so for logical AND operator, if both operands are true, then only it will return true. Okay, if any one of the operand is false, it will return false. True, false, false, false. If both operands are false, then also it is false. Okay, this is the logical AND table. Okay, so whenever we have operands, two operands, it will, if both operands are true, then only it will return true in AND operation. If any one of the operand is false, it will return false. Okay, this is the AND table. What about OR? So if we have any one is true, it will return true. In both are true, it will return true. Okay, false, true, 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 false. I hope everyone is remember what we are having logical and OR tables. Okay, so any one operand is true. In this case, it will return true. Otherwise, false. Okay. Not means it will return opposite value, whatever we have opposite value. Okay, so let's say we have one more. Let's go for comparison operators. Once we are done with comparison operators, we'll come to this point. Okay, logical operators. Again, we'll come back to the logical operators. Okay. So comparison operators. What are the comparison operators we have? How we can compare? Can we use equal, not equal, greater than, less than, greater than or equal, less than or equal, right? So these are the comparison operators we have. Okay, using these comparison operators, we can compare more than two value, two or more than values. Okay, so this comparison operators, this will return Boolean value. Boolean value. What does it mean? Either it will be true or false. Okay, it will return true or false. Okay, let's see. Let's say I have a variable 10, 20. So can I use comparison operators to compare these two variables? What type of comparison I can perform? Can I use A greater than B? So what it will return?
False.
A greater
False.
10 greater than 20.
False.
False.
False. False.
A equals to B. A less than B. What about this one?
True.
Okay. Now, let's say I have one more variable called this 20. Okay. Now, C greater than B. What does it mean? It is true or false?
False.
Okay, false. Even though these values are same, it will, if you use comparison like greater than or less than, it will return false. Okay, even if you use C less than B, it will return false because both values are equal. Okay, so in this case, if I use C greater than or equal, now it will return true. Because either it will be equal or greater than. Okay, true, right? So even if I use less than or equal also, it will return true because either it can be less than or equal. Okay, but values are equal, it will return true. Okay, so this is the way we can use the comparison operators. Now, along with these comparison operators, we can apply the logical operators. When it comes to logical operators, we can perform set of actions with the logical operators. Okay, for example, here I can say print A greater than B and A greater than C. Okay, how many operations we are performing here? There are two conditions we are checking. Okay, so logical operators require conditions more than one. Okay, so in AND operation, what will be the output if we have both A greater than B? Is it true or false? A
False.
False.
A greater than B, false. Okay, false. And A greater
False.
than C, false. What will be the
False.
output?
False.
0. False.
Okay, so if I use A less than C and A greater than B, what about this case? What is the first condition? A less than
True.
C is true.
True.
Okay,
1.
what about second condition? A greater than B.
False.
False.
The final output will be false. Okay. Now let's try A greater than C and A less than B. Okay. So here, what about the statement? First condition. A greater
False.
than
False. True.
False.
Second one is true.
Okay. Then the final outcome will be false.
False.
Now A less than C and A less than B. What about this statement?
True.
True.
True, because both statements are true, then only it will return true for AND operations. Correct. Now, not only single very simple statements, we can use complex statements also. Okay, let's see those as well. Now we'll go for R. Okay, let's say A greater than B or A less than C. What will be the output? What is the conditions?
False.
False.
Untrue.
False.
A greater than B, false. Okay. A less than C, True, right?
True.
So when we have in R operation, what is the output? Any one
Anything
statement
else will be
True.
output will be true. Okay. And similarly, if I use less than here a greater than, okay. So true and false. What will be the output? True, because any one statement, right? Either it first or second doesn't matter. It will return true. So in both conditions are true, then it will return true. Okay. If any both conditions false, what will be the output? If both are false, then false only, right? In our condition, if both statements are false, it will return false. And condition, if both are true, then only it will return true. Okay. So these are the and or operators. So here, if I say complex, right? I said complex. Let's say A greater than B or A greater than C. Okay. So I'm going to put into a bracket. So this is one statement. And I can give A less than B and A less than C. Okay. So now you can see that how many statements we are using, how it will work. First, it will check these conditions. First, it will go for A greater than B. Is it true or false? A
False.
greater than, okay, false. False. Or A greater than C. False or true?
False.
False.
False. Okay. So in our condition, what will be the output if both cases are false?
false.
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 Okay. So the final outcome of this one is false. Okay, false. Now, and what about these statements? A less than B.
True.
True. And A less than C.
True.
True. Okay, what is the final outcome of these two?
True.
True. Okay. Now it will check this and this. So what is the output of now? So here false and
False.
true.
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 True or false?
False.
False.
False, right? So here
Yeah.
this portion output is false. This is true. We are using AND operation. So it will return false. Any one statement is false, it will be false. Okay. Now if I use the same thing for R, so what will be the output? So same here, condition will be first time condition will be false or false. So it will return false. And this condition, so R, this time we are using R. Okay. A less than B true and A less than C true. Correct. So that final outcome for this one is true. Okay. Now false or true. What will be the output?
Will be true.
True.
True, right? So this is the way we can use complex operations. Okay, complex statements using logical operators. Okay. So what about not? Not operator, it will return the opposite value of any statement. So in this case, if I use here not, what it will do? Whatever value it is written true, it will return false. Okay, whatever it is value is there, it will return false. Okay, let's run. You can see here. Let's comment out all these things. Okay, logical operators. You can see from let's see here. First one is false, 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 right? Whatever we have, and true up to this one, and operations. Okay. Now for our operations, we have true, 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 false. You can see true, true, false. Okay. Now here we have complex statements. False, true. So here it is true because we are using not. Okay. So that is the way it will work. Okay. So here, even if you see simple complex instead of complex one, so let's A greater than B. Okay. So is it true or false? A greater than B. So what will be the output? 10 greater than 20 false, right? So if I apply not, what will happen? It will return the opposite value true. Okay. See, it is written true. Okay. So that is the way we can use logical operators. I hope everyone is clear up to this point.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, madam.
So tomorrow we'll talk about remaining operators. Okay. So I hope everyone is clear with